Hi everyone and welcome to episode 6 of RMU Club Hockey Live, the Goalie edition. Today with us we have two members from the D2 women's team, Mackenzie Walkowiak and Alexia Martinez. Girls, thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
So for you guys, you're coming into your third game of the season, second home game in front of the home fans. You guys excited for this one?
I am excited for this one.
Yeah.
Excited as well.
So Mackenzie, you are starting, and I know before the show you guys talked about how good of a team Delaware is. What is your expectations for Saturday?
I feel like it's going to be a very similar game to what Pitt was going to be. It's going to be fast, intense, and we're going to have to figure out how to run it with little players versus their bigger roster. So we're going to have to make sure that we really do play positionally smart. This way we don't gas ourselves by getting out of position or like running around versus actually staying in our positions and making plays that way.
And so Delaware, Pitt, two of the, let's say, the best teams that you guys are probably going to face this year. After you get through these two games, do you feel that your team's going to be better off getting the tough ones out of the way at first and kind of prepare yourself for later on in the season? Lexi, you want to go first with this one?
Yeah, I think so. When we look at the rest of our schedule, we play a lot of like the New York teams, and we go to OSU. I think it will definitely help getting a lot of like the harder games like Pitt and Delaware out of the way first, and then we'll have a better idea of the teams that we're going to play later on in the season as well.
And are you guys going to be fully benched for this game compared to the last one, or?
So
are we missing a couple again?
We have two girls who are sick, and they're not sure if they're going to play Saturday yet. So it's going to be pretty similar to Pitt again. I was kind of joking around with Captain Bree about possibly playing out, and then she shot Coach Jim a text, and he said, "We'll talk more about it on Friday." So we'll see.
It may happen.
It may have to happen sometime this season. So
forward or D?
Probably forward.
Who?
That's a big if right now.
What line would you want to play on? Like who would? Because I know with the shortened bench, everyone kind of rotates a little bit, but it seems like the forward group kind of stays intact for the most part.
I don't really know how we're gonna have to do lines, because like usually we just do centers and then our wings kind of rotate. So I guess it would just depend on how the wings rotate.
Maybe you can get yourself a goal.
And
it always
that'd be
fun
sick.
Looking through the score sheets with some goalies that you see just a random goal on their stat line. You're like, how did this happen?
Yeah, that'd be sick if that happens.
Not even like an open net goal. Just like, I just went down and scored.
Yeah, just like snipe them.
I just got set free and I just popped it, you know.
Yeah. Just got a breakaway, you know.
Yeah, they might. Yeah, we'll see. Don't want to play player for ever again, but if I have to, I have to.
So Mackenzie, let's start with you. How did you kind of get into goalie and into hockey in general, and then how did you end up here at RMU?
So my dad grew up playing hockey. He's been playing hockey since he was about 4. He actually is still playing hockey. He just turned 50 and he's still playing. His knees are shot. No cartilage left in him, but he's still playing goalie with his beer league friends. I think he put me in skates when I was either 3 or 4, so I kind of just like grew up knowing how to skate. And when I started getting older, my parents were like, okay, like, do you want to be in athletics at all? Like, what kind of sports do you want to play? I was like, I'll try hockey. So I did this thing. It's a Tri-Town Latimer thing. So it's kind of similar to a Learn to Skate, except it's like for my local area.
Yeah.
So I did that for 2 years and absolutely loved it. And my dad's like, okay, do you want to go play at a house team now? Do you want to stop playing? What's the game plan for this? And I wanted to continue playing, so I started playing at Amherst on their house team, and then the following year I moved on to the travel team and started playing goalie at that time, and I just absolutely loved goalie. I had my dad as my coach for a while because there's not too many goalie coaches around.
Yeah.
So he's been one of my main coaches ever since I was about 10, I think, for coaching me. So that's kind of how I got into it, and I just fell in love with it since then. I've just stuck with it.
Wow. And then coming to RMU, was it kind of the recruitment process, or did you feel like this was just kind of the school fit for you?
So it was kind of a mix of both. So when I first talked to Coach Jim, I was almost fully committed to another school for another sport, actually.
Really?
And Coach Jim came and talked to a bunch of girls on my team, and I was like, sure, I'll check out this school. What's the harm in that? And it ended up being a really good fit for me. It had all the programs that I wanted. I'm a health science major, and that's not really a common major. And being centered in Pittsburgh, it's going to give me a head start in my future career. by getting like internships and stuff like that. So it just kind of all felt right, and I really did like the people here, and I like the environment.
Now let's go through the mask a little bit here. I know it's one of the best masks I've seen personally, but walk us through how you kind of designed this mask and made it fit for this season.
So I wanted to do something on the top with like all the stars, because I was looking at ideas on Google and I saw a lot of the goalies at RMU had like the stars on top, but I didn't want to do the circle. I just felt like it looked out of place. So on like the top right here, it's got the stripes just going backwards. I just thought that looked really cool. And I wanted to do something with the regular RMU logo, and it fit perfectly right at the bottom here. And then it's got just like stars everywhere in the RMU colors. And then on both sides I have the colonial. So it's just like a repeat on both sides, because I wanted to include Bobby with the flag. And then on the back, I have the Let's Go Bobby Mo with kind of like a flag and stars on it. I really wanted to make sure it was RMU based.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to make sure like I fully represented my school. And the guy who painted this mask actually painted my other mask that I had when I was youth goalie. So he's very familiar with like my like hockey history, that kind of thing. And I'm really happy that he was able to paint my mask for college.
Yeah. Super amazing mask. Credit to him. That was great job on this.
Mm-hmm.
Alexia, let's go over to you now. Let's go into how your hockey career kind of started, and then your hockey career based from post high school into RMU.
Okay, so I probably started skating when I was around like 4 or 5 as well. I just had like learned to skate, and then from there I kind of just like played on a house team. I did the like Little Penguins growing up, and then I decided I wanted to be goalie, kind of just out of nowhere. I don't really know why I wanted to be goalie. I just like, that looks really fun. That looks really cool. So I think I was like probably mites I played out, like I played forward, and then squirts was whenever I like started taking goalie more seriously. So like I was like full-time goalie starting in squirts, and then I just played boys until U16, and then I played girls from 14s all the way up to 19s. Played for the Badgers, played U19 Vipers girls, and then post high school I went to the University of Michigan Dearborn, and I played 2 years of ACHA 1 there, and then I ended up here for this year.
Was it the recruitment from Coach Napoli, or did you kind of just didn't like the fit at Michigan and wanted to come home?
Yeah, I was kind of homesick. I was really tired of being in Michigan, and I wanted to be back in Pittsburgh. So I probably second semester of like last year, I knew I wanted to transfer, and I just started like reaching out to a bunch of teams like locally here in Pittsburgh and some like other areas too. And then I like got in touch with Jim, and then over the summer I was doing like the summer skates, and it just ended up working out with like my major, hockey, being closer to home. So I ended up going to RMU for this year.
Kind of like the perfect fit, I guess.
Yeah.
Kinda mixture of I still want to play, but I also want to be at home, and it's kind of like right in the median in the middle of it.
Yeah.
So I know you didn't want to bring your helmet on. I had to do some convincing with you, but walk us through the stickers and stuff you have on your helmet.
So she's very old. I've had her for a very long time. I need to get a new one. There's a lot of puck marks on it, as you can see. I get hit in the head a lot.
About like 4 times last practice?
Yeah, at least 4 times a practice.
Who's the one shooting at your head?
Madison gets me with a lot of headshots. I think Sid got me once. Haley got me once.
A little bit of everybody then.
Yeah, a little bit of everyone. So I have the Humboldt Bronco sticker on here. We got that whenever I was playing at the Vipers, whenever like their tragic bus crash happened. We all got stickers and put them on our helmets. And then 31 just in the front. It's my number for RMU. And then I have on this side, I have the Stronger Than Hate sticker. Again, we got those at Vipers after the Squirrel Hill synagogue shooting a few years back. So not much going on here. Removed the dangler when I got to college. That was something I was looking forward to, removing the dangler. We'll see about getting a cat eye, but I don't know, it's a little risky.
It's a basic mask, but it's a nice mask.
Thank you.
Would you decide to go with a black mask at any point, or are you gonna stick with the white mask?
No, I like the white, or I would want to get it painted.
Yeah.
I would want to do something like Bobby Moe inspired, or I'll just keep white mask.
You have to live up to this mask now. Which is, I think, the reason why you don't want to bring on your
Yeah,
mask.
I don't think I can compete with Mackenzie.
Heck,
Even
I can put you in contact with him. He'll paint it. Trust me.
Maybe.
We'll have the best duo of goalie masks in the
Yeah.
entire CJ.
That'd be sick.
Let's get into jersey numbers. Your number is 31. Is there any specific reasoning behind 31?
So my entire hockey career, I was number 36. I don't know why I picked 36. I'm an even birth year, so like growing up, you always had to pick like an even birth year or an even hockey number if you had an even birth year. So I just picked 36, and then so I was also 36 at Michigan, and then I came here and I was like, hey coach, like can I be 36? And he's like, we don't have that number. He's like, you can be 35, and I was like, okay, 35 will be great. And then first game comes, and he's like, hey, so we have a problem. I was like, okay, what's up? And he was like, yeah, so we never got the 35 jersey. They only sent us 30 and 31 for goalies. I was like, oh, okay, like, I'll just be 31. He was like, are you sure? And I was like, well, yeah, so I'll be 31 for this year. Might stick with 31, might go to 35, we'll see.
Yeah. And then
I can relate to that, as I am 35 and we have 6 goalies, but only 5 jerseys. So I'm technically 35, but I'm not a number.
Yeah, because you're on the bench the entire
Just
time,
unnamed.
Yep.
Yeah.
He has a number on the roster, but he's never going to see that jersey ever.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
never going to hit the ice.
Yep.
And then 30 for you, coming from Buffalo, is it kind of in relation to Ryan Miller, or is it kind of your own special meaning behind it?
So they didn't have my number. So my number for the past how many years I've been playing hockey has been 78.
That's
so-
a fun number.
So kind of an unusual number, and they don't really make 78s for goalies. That's usually not a typical goalie number. There's only one other goalie that I know of that has that number. But 30 was my number all through high school. So I was like, okay, 30 is an option. Might as well take number 30, continue. But I never remember what number I am to this day still. I'm like, which one am I? 30, 31? I just don't remember still, because I've always just been so used to 78 because it's so unusual. It's easy to remember. But I'm like, wait, which 30 am I now? But I've gotten better at remembering it.
Coach said we need 78 and we need 36. That's a goal for next season, though, right?
We'll make them ourselves.
Yeah,
Team
I'll get
bonding.
the
DIY.
numbers myself if that means I
DIY
can
it.
be number 36 again.
Always, if anyone has any questions for any of us three, put them down in the chat. Andrew will read them out. Andrew, do you have a specific question for the girls right now?
Oh, right now.
Yeah, I call you on the spot, buddy.
Oh, what are your feelings on 7 puck?
Oh my. We're not a big fan of 7 puck unless it's at the end of practice.
Yeah,
So
specifically 7 puck warm up.
yeah,
Not a fun way to wake up in the morning, especially when Amara's like, all right, let me just dangle the goalies. It's 7 in the morning.
When Amara decides to go first and then she clears all 7 pucks within first 5 minutes. So
Yeah, not a fun way to wake up in the morning.
7 puck is warmy, no thanks. At the end of practice, it's fine, it's okay.
Yeah.
Just as a warm up, no thanks.
Not so much.
Is Amara the one that drinks 3 Red Bulls before practice at 6 a.m. and is just like, yeah, I'm ready to go? And you guys are just like, please don't.
I've never seen her drink any caffeine, actually.
She's just that energetic in the morning.
She just wants to like go after us.
Yeah, I think it's more of she just wants to bury us at practice.
She definitely seems that way from talking to her. She was fun to have on her. When I first saw her in the penalty box, it was her first game, and she comes in, she's yelling about the penalty. She sits down, and she's like, hi. I'm just like, you just went from 10 to 0 just like that. She's like,
yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, she does that.
I feel like she's the type of person, if she got like a breakaway right off the face-off first period or something, just go down and rip one and like hit the goalie in the head.
Oh,
like
yeah.
purposely aim for the goalie's head to mess with. Just like first thing during the
that
game.
might be good for Delaware. Throw them off, you know?
That's
Put
what my
Amara
coach
at
wanted
center,
us to
just
do.
like-
Yeah.
That's what our coach wanted us to do last year. He's like, mess with the goalies' heads, go after their head for the first shot. I'm like,
Oh.
okay, just not on me, please.
Yeah.
just straight right below.
Mess with their heads, hit them in the cage.
There's actually, I have a dent in my cage from a slap shot I took to the face. Not when I was actually playing like youth for my travel team. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it, but
I can, yeah.
yeah.
Slight
So
dent right in there.
yep, dent right in the middle. So as long as they're not taking slappers at our head and it's the other goalie, I'm perfectly fine with that.
Exactly. I'm not mistaken, Alexia, you are from Murraysville, right?
Yes.
I'm from Plum, and so
Okay.
is Andrew. So
Perfect.
we kind of have a little bit of a rivalry there. But I must say that your hockey team is better than ours. And, yeah, we will admit that because we're not very good right now.
Well, I never played for Franklin's
it's still
hockey
technically
team.
your team.
Yeah, I guess.
Per se. Andrew didn't play for high school. He just kind of
I did not.
just started skating at 18, pretty much.
Well, no, that's not true. I
Sorry,
started
17.
No. I started skating at 5. I started playing goalie at 17.
Oh.
Close
Okay.
Fair.
We both played deck together. Actually, at Murraysville Sports.
Oh my
Zone,
gosh,
so.
I do like summer deck league there.
Really?
Mhm. I was on the pink team,
For what league did you do?
the adult league.
You did all leagues. Okay, next summer we're gonna play and we're gonna
We
wait
should make
you
a
up.
team.
We're gonna be on your team.
Yeah.
If you need players, okay, I'll get a couple guys together.
Yeah, I play out for
No,
deck.
you're gonna play in. We don't trust him.
Absolutely not. I refuse to play goalie for deck.
You could stand there with no equipment and be better than him.
Wow.
Yes.
Like,
There's one moment where he robbed me one time in a championship game when we were 12. He still lives it down to me to this day.
Fair.
I've scored on you about 25 different times, but he lives at one save.
sure. You can keep over exaggerating the number.
Your parents can testify in the chat because I know they're
In
watching.
the chat.
Shout out Mr. and Mrs. Kiehl. I want to see them comment something at some point because I know they watch.
Okay.
All right, now let's have a little fun here.
Okay.
We're going to call it some teammates.
Okay.
The one person that you do not trust with the aux before a game. I know Amara called you out. I'm going to put it right back at her.
I'm
Probably Amara. Amara listens to a lot of Taylor Swift. She's a big Taylor Swift girl. Not a big Taylor Swift type of guy, you know.
Yeah.
Not really my cup of tea.
Not before a game. No T Swift before a game, and it's not even like the more like hyped up
Like
T
22.
Swift. It's
that's
like
fun.
it's like sad T Swift. I'm like, this is like stuff you would listen to after like a breakup. Like, I'm not about to listen to this before a game. I'd probably go with Mara. Mackenzie listens to some pretty sad music as well.
On occasion.
The first time I got into her car, I was like, this is pretty some sad music. Like,
For context, my favorite band is Lord Huron.
Yeah.
They sing The Night We Met, so that's just some context. I don't listen to that song too much, but they do have like more like peppy songs.
Yeah.
There's like meanings behind them. But I just really like the band.
It
I
just
promise I'm okay.
It just happened to be the first time I got in her car. It was like Lord Huron on repeat. I was like, okay.
We're trying to cry wherever we're going.
Yeah.
Who has the best aux taste? Who would you trust the most with it? Would it be Bree since she handles it now, or
me and Bree run
Yeah.
aux, so Bree.
Yeah, I
Like,
feel
we have-
you or Brie.
We have a like huge playlist on Spotify that we all just like share and can like put different songs in. So I'll usually like connect to the speaker and then I'll just hit shuffle and Bree will be like, can you play this song or queue up this song next? So probably Bree.
what's the song that gets you guys the most hyped up before a game?
I don't know if we have one specific song. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, I don't think there's any like specific ones. I do like Mac Miller before games.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say Mac. We get a lot of Mac in the locker room.
That seems
Pittsburgh
like a good
team,
fit.
you know.
Yeah. But other than that, that's about it, I think, for hype up songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, here's a fun one. I saw the video of Bree falling on her Instagram.
One of many.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who's had the best fall and who falls the most?
Practices or games?
Both.
I think Amara had one of the most because she was selling after so, like she was going to, and then she like fell. That
like
was really-
sideways.
yeah, she just like ended up on her side, and then I did that last practice too.
Yeah. We have a few tumbles every now and then in practice, but it's always funny whenever Mara falls. That last one she had was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Last practice, I think we had just about every single defenseman fall, and we were doing like it was like 3-on-1, and I think every single D just fell right like at the blue line.
Yeah.
So we
my
were like
God.
nice 3-on-0s at 7 a.m.
I
But
think their
that's
skate
alright.
sharpened.
It seems
Yeah.
pretty good for goalies. You're just like sitting there and you see all your defense going. You're like, okay, this kind of practice is
Yeah.
gonna be today.
All right, that's how today's gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like Bree falls the most.
Yeah.
That's good leadership right there.
She's probably one of the best skaters on the team, but like when she like slips, she's down.
Yeah.
She's down.
She went all the way from the blue almost to the middle of the ice from that one that I saw.
Yeah.
That was pretty impressive.
She wasn't even like sliding. Her feet weren't even down. It was like her elbows and then her knees. Like her feet were still floating in the air if you watch closely.
Yeah, that was a funny fall. We could probably go on Live Barn and just like pick out an entire highlight reel of everyone falling.
Oh yeah.
Whoever runs the social media needs to do that at some point.
I think Sid does.
Sid runs the
Yeah,
social
well,
media.
Sid no.
All right, Sid, you gotta make a highlight reel.
Of everyone's falls
We gotta
and
see it.
tumbles.
Just lovely moments from morning practice.
Oh yeah.
Andrew, we got a question in chat.
We got, what women's athletes do you look up to?
That's a good question.
Or did you look up to?
That's a tough one.
That is a tough one.
I feel like I look up to a lot.
I look up to a lot, but I guess like specifically for hockey.
I want to say Kelsey Newman. So Kelsey Newman, she's local to where I am. So I live in Buffalo, so I have the Buffalo Buttes team, which is really nice. It's very local to me. I used to watch their games a lot. And she started coaching me probably when I first started playing goalie, because she would coach some girls from like the Buffalo Bisons, Buffalo Regals. I know she's close with Ellie Timby, who currently is playing at SUNY Morrisville, I believe. They're super close. So she'd let me come out and skate for a little bit. This way she could coach me a little bit. But I really do look up to her. She's really good with the community. She still is on the ice. She doesn't play professional hockey, I don't think, anymore. But she's really good for our community and is always trying to help one another. She's always on the ice with the younger kids. It's always fun watching stuff on her Instagram. I believe she's a third grade teacher right now, too.
Dang, she's all over.
Yeah, she's all over. She actually signed my first glove. I still have my first set of glove and blocker, and I have a signature like right on the palm where it's down here. And it's I don't remember exactly what it says, but I have like it still on there. It's definitely faded quite a bit, but it's still there.
That's awesome though to have the team kind of right there too, to kind of help boost the game as well, how to grow the game. Alexia, how about you?
I'd probably say Kendall Coyne, just because you know everyone knows her, and then obviously her run at the All-Star game a few years ago.
That was fun.
Beating all the men as like a warm up lap essentially. So I'd say I look up to her. She does a lot for the women's hockey community as well. So
Andrew, next question.
Favorite and least favorite drills at practice?
Ooh.
I'm not a fan of.
You jumped right at it. I was gonna sit there and think, and you were like,
"Oh no, I know right off the bat." So for some reason, I really despise the drills where the players come out of the corner. It's like a sharp turn, kind of around, not even like around the circle, but even closer to the circle, like around the dot.
Is that the 3-shot one?
Yeah, not a fan of that. For some reason, it just feels like super awkward, and I just don't like doing it. Every time we do it, I'm like, I hate this drill. I don't want to be doing this drill.
I don't really like small area games. Like, you're a goalie. You know the one where they like angle the net towards the boards, and then you have like players alongside the post to like keep it in. It's it's like 1-on-2 or 2-on. I despise that drill because you can't like come out and challenge. You're basically just like sitting on the imaginary goal line.
Yep.
So how I do that drill is I literally just stay down the entire time. I just drop into the butterfly and slide back and forth and hope for the best, because there's no point in standing up.
Yeah.
Are you guys a fan of the tip drill?
The tip drill.
Oh, the rebound game?
Yeah.
Rebound game? Oh, I love rebound game.
Rebound game is fun. It just, when you were playing it when you went for your lab, everyone just like kept getting further and further and further away from it, so it like was getting bigger. But other than that, I do like that drill.
You win a lot in that? They take a bit to score on you?
I think like I'll do really good in the beginning. Like it'll take like 6 people to even score one, and then after that it's just downhill, because at that point I'm just exhausted.
It's a gasser.
Yeah.
Like I like the rebound game, rebound drill, whatever it's called. But yeah, first like few minutes is like really fun, and then
yeah.
I'm sorry, I think someone's calling me.
Anyway,
sorry.
Quick intermission.
But it's fun, and then you get gassed. So
it's fun when you get good at specifically getting the puck like out of everyone's way. This way it's just like they keep shooting. You're just like, oh, let me just Get it into the corner. Oh, to the corner. Oh, kick save.
Or just cover it.
Just cover it, yeah.
Cover it, and then they're, like, whacking at you.
Or Mara's, like, shoving me into the net. She did that the one practice. I went to go cover the puck, and she, like, pushed my whole body into the net, but the puck wasn't even under me at that point when she was pushing me. It was still in the crease, so she just shoved me in the net. Not even the puck went, and I was just in the net.
Just you. Just you in the net, not the puck.
Is Amara most comparable to, like, a Brad Marchand, you think? Where she's, like, if you have her on your team, you're like, yeah, this is awesome, but if you play against her, you're like, oh, no.
Yeah.
I'd say
But
so.
she's not, like, chippy like he is.
Yeah.
Or, like, I don't know, like, you know, how Brad Marchand plays. She's not, like, annoying and, like, intentionally goes after people.
But
but
it's
like,
fun with it.
Yeah. Fun,
if
very
someone
fun
deserves to
play
get
with.
hit, she's gonna hit them.
Yeah.
I've heard that
with
before.
the
Yeah,
right
that's what her first penalty was.
Exactly,
with
the
the
game
right
might matter.
reason, yeah, with the right reason, she's gonna go after someone. If you give her a reason to go after you, you better watch your back then.
All right, here's a fun question. So we saw Tyler Wakely from the D3 team make it onto Acha Show for on this Friday. Which player from the team would most likely end up on Acha Show?
I don't know.
An Acha Show. I'm trying to think.
I don't know who I would pick.
I don't know. I'm not too familiar with the people on D3.
Like on
your team.
Oh, on our
Yeah,
team.
on your team.
Oh, I thought you meant on D3.
You can say any RMU player. You can do your team and then in general any RMU player.
On our team, I honestly, maybe I would. No.
This is tough.
That's
tough
actually
one.
a tough question.
See, I'm good at my job. Andrew says I'm not.
I never said that.
Yes, you did.
I don't know. I feel like Sid would get on it for Rice Krispies.
I was gonna say maybe Sid, because her like media day picture, we eat a lot of Rice Krispies.
A lot.
Like we have a Costco sized box and it's almost gone.
I think we have 2 of them now.
Yeah, so I'd say maybe Sid for her media day with the Rice Krispie. I think that was fun.
What's the story behind the Rice Krispies? Was it just like, I know Sid's like the mom of the group and she brings the snacks from what Bree told me.
Yeah.
Is that just kind of how the Rice Krispies thing kind of started?
I think we just like them.
We just
I don't
like
really
Rice
know.
Krispies.
I
They're just
think
good.
they were kind of just there when we showed up, and then everyone probably eats like a Rice Krispie before practice.
Yeah.
After, takes them for the road.
Yeah. Usually,
try to eat them during intermission.
Usually my breakfast on practice days consists of 2 V8 energy drinks and 2 Rice Krispies, and that's my that's my pre-practice. That's my pre-practice breakfast. Maybe a fruit cup in there, but they're just good. You take one for before practice, take one for after.
Yeah.
Quick carbs.
Exactly.
Yeah. Is it superstitious at this point, kind of to follow the same pregame or pre-practice meals? Do you think, or is it just kind of like, I'm just kind of used to it at this point?
I think we're kind of just used to it,
Yeah.
and they're just there, so it's kind of like a convenience thing as well.
Yeah, I don't really have like practice superstitions, but like for games, I'm very superstitious. You know what I'm trying to say, but like for practice is not so much. Like whatever I feel like eating in the morning, I'm gonna eat, because we're up so early. It's like I'm either really hungry or I don't want to eat anything.
Yeah.
So it kind of depends on like my day to day.
As goalies, I know everyone says that goalies are kind of a different breed. What are some things that kind of fits your description of why you say you're a goaltender and you fit that kind of description? That you're kind of just different from everyone else?
I don't really know.
I'm just really superstitious. So
Yeah.
the one thing about me is that I put my equipment on the exact same way every single time, whether it's practice or games. And if I don't put it on right, I have to take it all off and then put it back on again. So I just have to be really cautious about that. That's kind of like one that's out there. And my stretching routine's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if I do any like specifically weird goalie things, but like pregame, I'm like pretty superstitious. I have to like stretch a certain way. I have to go out in the hallway and do like my little tennis ball thing. Other than that, I'm not really sure.
You ever seen the one I forget what goalie does it, Andrew, I don't know if you know too, that he sits on the bench before the game, does the eye thing, goes like this back and forth.
I know who you're talking about, but I don't
Is that Holtby?
I don't know.
I think it was Holtby, yeah.
I
That's
think a
probably
lot of goalies do that.
That's
though.
one of my. Does anyone you know do that before a game?
I mean, I do it.
You do it?
Oh,
I do it.
really?
You do the.
I'm not on the bench, but I normally do it while I'm standing waiting for drills.
Really?
Oh,
Mm.
okay. Get your eyes moving.
Oh.
Who do you think has the weirdest superstition on the team? Do you think you have it since you're the goalies, or you're gonna pass along to someone else here?
Bree.
Oh gosh. Yeah, Bree wears some like very interesting socks. Like her socks that she wears like under like with her skates.
They're not even socks.
They're
at this
barely
point.
even socks. They have so many holes in them.
She's had them for
Forever.
yeah, basically forever. They're not washed. They're like her
The
toes are like hanging
The
out of
heel
them.
is non-existent.
Yeah, the little heel pad thing is like
Yeah.
stretched up to halfway like to her calf because they're so stretched out. And she wears those every game, every practice.
Yeah. Some girls still have like equipment from like youth. Like you can tell they're like elbow pads or like straight up from like squirts or like peewees.
You
They're
can
just-
call them out. Who has the youth equipment on?
I'm trying to like honestly like a lot of people still
The
just
whole
like
team.
the whole team. I don't know about
Yeah.
the whole team. A lot of people still wear like stuff from like youth. 'Cause, like it still fits.
Yeah.
Fair point. I mean,
What size pad do you wear?
hey, those are new.
at least those are new. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Our pad sizes are 4 inches different.
it's so funny. They sit right next to each other in the locker room, and it's quite the difference.
That was the first thing that came out of my mom's mouth when I dropped off my equipment because your stuff was already there. She goes, "How tall is the other goalie? Her pads are a size 30 plus 1."
Yeah,
And I wear like I wear a 34 plus 1.
34 plus 1 and 30 plus 1.
The one cameraman asked me when you were sitting in the other box with Sydney for the D4 game, I believe. He said, "There's no way that she's a goalie." And I said, "Oh, she is." And he's like, "Is she good?" I'm like, "Yeah, she's actually really good." And she's like, "There's no way." And I'm like, "You could just watch and see."
Yeah.
So Saturday, Jeff. She's gonna well, not this Saturday, but upcoming.
Next
Yeah.
Saturday.
Upcoming Saturday. Watch out. She's gonna prove you wrong.
Yeah, I get that a lot. People are like, "How tall are you?" And then I tell them, they're like, "There's not a chance you're a goalie." And then I show them, they're like, "Oh, okay." Your equipment just like devours you. I was like,
You see
yeah,
how small
that's
Pitt's
the
goalie was
point.
though?
Yeah.
She was smaller than me.
She's like 5'1".
She had to be shorter than that. She was probably like 5 foot.
She was small.
Her head was like barely at the crossbar.
Yeah. I feel like girl goalies are either super short or super tall.
There's like no in between.
No in
There's
between.
No in between.
You're either towering over someone or
Yeah.
you're the one being towered
All
over.
of my goalie partners have been like significantly taller than me.
Yeah.
And that's not just because like I'm on the shorter end, like almost like a foot taller than me. Like one of my goalie partners at Michigan was 5'11".
Really?
And then my goalie partner whenever I was playing travel was like 5'10". So
So I'm gonna give the floor to you guys. I know next week we have Sydney coming on with Parker Rutherford. Oh boy, yeah, everyone's excited for that one. They said they don't want to go on together. This is live. You guys are going together. There's no getting out of this now.
oh yeah.
But after that, you can pick 2 girls to come on. Who are you going with? Each of you can pick one.
Do we do Becky and Aaron?
Oh yeah, Becky and Aaron would be funny.
Becky and Aaron?
I think Becky and Aaron. We don't have, I was gonna say almost
Almost
Our
the whole
whole-
team's gone.
Yeah.
That's what I was telling Michaela. She's like, "I want to go on at some point." I'm like, "Well, you don't ever say that you want to." But then
Yeah.
she's like, "Whenever I get called out, I'll do it." And I'm like, "There's only like, what, 6? After Sydney, I think there's 6 of you left." I think, Madison, Aaron, Becky, Michaela, Hannah,
That-
Danielle,
Danny.
and then Sid. And that's it.
Yeah.
And after everyone's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine.
There's only
That's
there's
the fun
only
thing with
many
your
of
team
us.
is, like, we got through you guys really quick.
There's
and
only
girls
so
seem really
many
good
of
about
us.
this, too. So, yeah, Aaron and Becky, then. Sounds good.
I
I
think
think Aaron and Becky. Yeah.
I feel like Becky's gonna hate us for this though.
Oh, they're both gonna be
Everyone's
very,
have to come on at some point.
they're gonna be very upset
Oh yeah.
at us.
I can already see Aaron's reaction.
She's
can
not
see her
gonna,
face.
She's not gonna be very
You
happy.
send this to the team before, and you think they're all watching it?
Maybe. Put it on our story.
I know Amora
so.
is very into it watching it, because I talked to her before our show last time, and she was like, "Yeah, I know how this goes. You don't need to explain it to me." I'm like, "All right, cool."
Is she
Yeah.
commenting anything on there?
Yeah. Or any of
Haven't
the
said
girls in
anything
the
yet.
chats. Oh,
Sydney's gone a couple times.
I know
they're
Sydney's
being
fine.
dry.
What is
What's
Sid
Sid
said?
saying?
Sid, you know.
She's just asking a bunch of questions.
Like
Such
like
a-
Does she have
what?
another one in
Oh,
there?
She has another one. She's
All right, let's
got
do one more.
Oh,
one
Captain,
more.
my captain.
One
best
more.
team nicknames.
Oh.
Didn't
Best-
we do this one?
I think you asked last
Bree and Amara did
what
it, but
were everyone's nicknames.
yeah. All right, let's hear a couple that maybe we didn't hear from them.
I think they're the same.
Becnado.
Becnado.
Brioni, Brioche, any variation of that.
Yeah, Brioni, Brioche.
Omaha, Nebraska.
Nebraska.
That's the same
random
people.
one.
Those are the same people.
Well, one of our games, they pronounced Amara's name like Omara, and then we were like, oh, Omaha, and then that's just how it happened.
Yeah.
E-Dog for Erin.
Oh, yeah.
Not that many people call her that, but I'll call her E-Dog occasionally. Hand Dog. I'll say Hand Dog on
a
D.
common theme here.
Not that many, or people. Some people just like have it like shortened for their name.
Yeah.
Like Madison, Maddie, Breeze, Bree.
Danielle's Danny.
Danny.
Yeah, it's just a typical hockey nickname.
Yeah.
You just put a Y at the end of everything.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mine's just X because it's shorter. It's just easier to say.
That's a fun
'Cause,
nickname, just X.
No one can pronounce my name.
I have it right. It took me 2 tries, but I got it. Yours, it took me about 7, but I mean, we got it down.
We got it down. I don't think I have a nickname this year. Because my name's so long, usually it's like shortened.
Yeah.
I usually say Mac.
Yeah, usually it's just Mac or Kenzie. I did have a nickname all throughout youth hockey and like playing youth hockey and school, like hockey for my high school was Pokey. That was my
That's a fun
nickname.
one.
Isn't that your Snapchat?
Yeah, I can't figure out my Snapchat password, so it's still my Snapchat username. But the reason why is that my one coach always called me a slowpoke because I was always the last one out of the locker room because I have to put my equipment in my bag a certain way or else it doesn't work. So he always called me Pokey, and there's the Pokey and Gumby characters, and Pokey is the little orange horse, and I have red hair, obviously, and they're like the little bendable figures, and I'm pretty flexible, so I've just always been known as Pokey.
All right, last one here for you guys. Thanks so much also for doing this. It's awesome to have you guys on here and the entire team as well. Expectations for Saturday.
Have a good time.
Yeah, have fun. I think just go out there, have fun.
Don't be too tough on ourselves.
Yeah, don't be too tough on ourselves. We're pretty hard on ourselves playing Pitt, and then I think some of us watched the film after and realized we did pretty good with what we had. It was just we were just gassed. So I think be a little less hard on ourselves given our circumstances. Like we're only playing with 9 girls, and all of the teams we're playing have 20 plus.
Exactly.
So just go out there. And I know it sounds like so like cliche, but just like honestly go out there and have fun.
Yeah.
Just nothing to it. Just have fun.
Yeah,
and
just
one
have fun.
person also to call out to score on Saturday.
What?
One person who you want to score on.
Oh.
Saturday.
Haley, you're gonna
Yeah,
score.
Haley. I think
Haley.
Haley's
She's been
been
itching for a goal this whole season. She's gonna get it this
She's been
Saturday.
working so hard. She deserves a goal.
She does. She's been working so hard for that, and I know she's been wanting a goal this whole season. So
Yeah.
All right, Haley.
Saturday's your day, Haley. You better
Haley.
get it.
Haley's gonna get on the score sheet.
Assisted by Alexia.
Yeah,
Playing
we'll
forward.
see. I don't know. Worst comes to worst, I play out, but that's not gonna be pretty.
Hey, skater's a skater at that point.
Yeah.
A fresh
body
body's
is
a
a
fresh
body.
body.
You can skate and hold a stick in your hand. It's better than nothing.
I'll put on a wig and I'll come down and play for you
That's what we
guys.
told
Please,
Keith.
please.
That's what we told Keith to do.
That's what we've told a couple people that. Put on a wig or do a fresh shave and just come out there. They'll be like, wow, they're really tall. Yeah, I guess
one's
so.
gonna. I can't skate very well, but I can try.
It's fine.
Just hit the people.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. I can do that,
You
Andrew.
just stand there.
I've gotten myself ejected a couple times for
you
hitting.
have. Yes, you have.
Yeah.
I'm a
Go
clean
for it.
player, I swear.
You play deck. It's the same, just like the skates.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So Alexia and Mackenzie, thank you so much for coming
Thanks
on.
for having us.
Thank you
Best
for
of luck
having
on
us.
Saturday in net, and Alexia, we can't wait to watch you in net soon. You guys both played amazing last time we saw you on the
Thank you.
stream. And then Aaron and Becky, you guys are next, and Haley, you're due for a goal. Heard it here
Yes.
first. So we'll be back with the D3 goaltender Jeremiah Brosovic. Maybe Nick Archaea. Not possibly sure if he's here or not. I can't look at my phone during the stream, but Mackenzie, Alexia, thanks so much, guys.
Yeah, thanks for having
Thank
us.
you.
Make sure to tune in 8 o'clock Saturday to watch them take on Delaware. We'll be right back with Jeremiah Brosovic. Welcome back. We have Jeremiah Brosovic with us now for his 19th appearance here on the Twitch channel because he always finds his way on here. But
Right.
JB, thanks for coming on here, man.
Thanks for having me again, man.
So let's get through your little bit of hockey background here,
Right.
how you kind of got into RMU and how you became a goaltender.
Cool, yeah. So I actually started out, my high school had a developmental program for like all the kindergartners and such at that age growing up. So that's where I started actually as a defenseman. And one of our like little scrimmage games, we needed a goalie, and I wanted to do that because watching the Pens grow up, I loved Fleury. So I wanted to try to be like him out there. And once I got through it once, I just had to stick with it, of course. So grew up playing a lot of amateur stuff. I've been through a lot of youth hockey programs, played 2 years for my high school starting out, and then coming on my way to that age where it's either I had some offers to go play juniors, I had this on the line as well, and I thought at the time that this was the best thing, and I've loved that decision, so I love being here all the time.
Yeah, it's great watching you play. You're a dual sport athlete technically with roller and ice.
Right, yeah.
What is the main difference, and also like what's fun about both that's not kind of, what's your favorite thing about ice, favorite thing about roller, also when you get to play out in roller and not be a goalie?
Right. So goalie has kind of been it's become part of my blood. It's like who I am, so I try to have fun with that every single time. Out on the ice for practices especially, I like to have fun with the guys. I won't be like the loudest voice out there, but I'll go like whisper something into somebody's ear, make some dumb noise in their ear, something like that. And I like chirping them too.
Yeah.
I kind of dialed down that one a bit because I was making a couple guys mad at me at the beginning of the year. But whenever I make a big save when I'm in practice, I make sure to give it to them for sure.
Yeah. Is it the freshmen usually?
No, sometimes, yeah. But all the freshmen on our team are such nice guys, and they've they're really getting to know the role on the team, and they're actually having a good time doing it as well. So that's been a really good for the team, especially. And then clearly biggest difference playing roller, I get to actually skate out and score the goals myself, which is fun. Last year was my, I guess technically I'd say first year playing like on a competitive team like RMU.
Yeah.
I didn't play for my high school or anything. I think I played 1 year on like a summer team, and then I played a couple seasons of adult, and then came straight into here, made the team. Got to meet a lot of people doing so, and it's just a great community to be a part of.
And the fun thing with having you on is now you get to represent the roller team and the ice team at the same time, which is nice to kind of have both. Also, when Zukowski for D4 gets his chance to come on, he's going to be able to do the same. Also,
Right.
Roman and Gio,
Right.
who you also wanted to take some shots at. We talked about beforehand.
Yeah, no. I don't have anything really bad to say about those guys. Maybe they could share the wealth a little bit. They get all the point totals themselves, but no, they both of those guys, especially Gio, bring such an amazing presence to that team. I'm sure they do the same for their team as well. So, yeah, I love being around those guys for that team.
It's so fun, definitely, to be around those two.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially with our Kalamazoo trip last year. I got to live with them for 3 or 4 days.
Right.
Definitely say they're some fun human beings. And Roman, you still suck at NHL. I'm gonna be straightforward. You remember the night where we played?
Yeah, I remember that night for sure. I think I was playing with Bird.
Yeah.
And we put off the big upset against Jarrett, who is basically the pro NHL guy there. So
he talked a lot of track just to lose to you guys.
He absolutely did. Yeah.
I was going with Mikey, and we ended up losing. I think Connor.
Oh no!
I think it was Connor and Carlins. We lost.
Yeah, that's not a good look for you, buddy.
We had a rough game. I'll say that. But Noah Schmida, he's not very good either. I've taken him a couple times.
Right.
But, I love calling out Noah. He's a fun kid to definitely be around though.
Yeah.
Let's go into your game this weekend. You're gonna get the nod on Friday.
Yeah.
You excited? After your game was canceled last week, I know you were slated to start Saturday.
Right.
It's canceled. You have your game Friday now. It's your net.
No, yeah.
You looking forward to it?
I'm definitely looking forward to it. This will be my first game actually getting to start in a few weeks now.
Yeah.
Last time I played against Kent, we ended up losing 3-2, but I think they're like number 8 in the country right now, so doing that's it's still a really good feat for us. And I think we've, after our last game too, we got a nice win, so I think we're on a little roll right now. We've had a couple good practices this week, and I think everybody's looking forward to get back to it this weekend.
Let's walk through your mask now. We saw Mackenzie and Alexia's, both really solid. This one, my goodness, JP,
Right.
this is amazing.
Thanks. Thank you. So, coming into RMU, I wanted to finally get a mask painted. I never had one before. So, and with the whole school spirit, I wanted to make it kind of like that Americana Revolutionary theme, which is where a lot of this came from. And then the guy who did it himself put a lot of nice touches on it that I wasn't expecting, like all the little chrome decals and such. On the top, there's the two like battle axes with the year 1773, which is the year of the Boston Tea Party, and as well it's got the 13 stitch stars going around it that he
I
made
didn't even
look.
notice that the first
Yeah.
glance.
Yeah, he made it look real nice. It actually looks like they're stitched on there. On the sides, I got the RMU logo going across a few times on each side with the stars as well. And in the white, it might be a little hard to see, but on one side I have the RMU logo stitched in there as well. And then this side actually has a small rendering of like the Constitution on it with the little Robert Morris signature at the bottom.
That's sick.
Yeah, and then I got my initials there at the bottom as well, and then the snake going across, which was the original 8 there. So, yeah, I put a lot into it. I had some good ideas, I thought, and the guy who did it, Scott Williams, did such a great job on it. I've been real happy with it. Yeah, it's got some abuse to it at this point, but
And then what's
still going
the
strong.
rating here on the top?
So yeah, that's
Oh,
the
Join or Die.
yeah, that's Join or Die. Yeah, it's hard to see now. The mask is a bit it got caved in a good bit. I think I need a new one, but yeah.
Maybe just replace the cage, not the
Right,
mask.
right,
Just
yeah.
the cage. In practice, who's responsible for that?
Oh well, last night Luff got me once. I think Cosmo's got me a few times. I think it goes around a lot though. But the one guy, Baker, he
Oh boy.
yeah, he doesn't get fined on the team. He did something his freshman year, I forget what, that he was not allowed to take fines anymore. So at the beginning of each practice, he has me go down. He gets a free shot at my face, and sometimes he misses, sometimes he nails it. So, yeah, yeah.
Who's your favorite person that like you see coming down on like a breakaway in practice or in warm-ups, and you're like, this person I'm just going to make a spectacular save on 10 times out of 10. I'm going to embarrass them. Who is that guy on the team?
So I think last year I wanted to do that to Weeksy a lot, but this year it kind of switched up. I've been trying to do that to Betts.
Yeah.
Coming from the D1 team, and he's been having a blast with us as well. So I see him coming down. I was trying to kind of just stand there, kind of wave my arms at him, kind of scream out his name and try to get him off his game a little bit. Yeah.
As a goalie, you said you looked up to Fleury a lot. We've heard Fleury in Mike Dupps, who's like almost like a nice guy but also a chirper. Are you
Right.
like that to other teams where you kind of get under the skin but also kind of making some friends along the way?
So it depends on what the game's going on and like what's happening to me really. If they're like trying to get in my business, yeah, I'll do that. I think last year I actually did end up tackling some kid at one point, and I think that might have been Duquesne. I'm not too sure though. But usually I don't like to get into that stuff, and I actually like to not so much the other team, but I'll try to get on the good side with the refs, so I'll get a couple calls, of course.
Right.
Which I don't know why everybody doesn't do that. I don't know why people decide to scream at them.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. A lot of times it's they'll score a goal on me. They do whatever I do, skate away, whatever. But if I make good save, and they'll basically everybody will say, "Hey, man, you did a good job." So I just thank them and go on my way.
Yeah. We were talking beforehand about the Rutgers game for D1. If you remember I believe it was the second game, where the netminder for Rutgers almost got kicked out for yelling at the referee.
Right.
You remember that moment?
I don't remember that too much, no.
So I remember just being on the broadcast, and all of a sudden the rink just goes quiet, and all we hear is one word, and you're gone. We see the referee bolt down to the Rutgers goaltender, and they start talking. I'm like, what just happened?
That's just crazy. No.
You never had a moment like that?
No,
anytime?
not to a ref. No, I've definitely gotten to the face of some guys though, but
Yeah.
never to the ref. No.
Let's go with road trips. We haven't heard a ton of road trip stories between Weeksy and Bakes, but
Right.
do you have any fun between roller and D3? Is there any fun road trip stories you can share with us?
Oh, man, that's on the spot. I think the best one, I don't know. I think going back to nationals last year with going to Michigan with the roller guys was probably my favorite trip I've been on so far. Just being there for the whole week straight. There's a lot of dumb moments there for sure. A lot of stories to be told in the showers that I'm not gonna tell, but definitely a couple of nights there after we ended up losing out, where I won't tell that much about either. But
let's be clear about the Michigan State loss as well. That shouldn't have happened because they were undefeated, but the way that the scheduling of the tournament was set up, that you guys did not get the best end of the stick there.
Well, we got screwed over, in my opinion.
Did.
We shouldn't have been playing that team at all. They're a division up from us, so.
Yeah, but if you didn't play Michigan State, I think you guys probably would have took D2 easily.
I definitely think so too. I think that's gonna show us this year that we have a really good shot at doing that again. As we already played Michigan State and beat them this year, and we've been looking a lot better this year than we did last year, even with the couple losses we had. But the guys that we've gained have proven themselves, and we're on a roll for that team too.
Let's go back to roller a little bit. As mentioned, you lose Connor McCabe, you lose Vinny Pasante. You kind of have a bigger role now. Cam Smith from the D1 team joins the squad. A couple of freshmen like Zukowski, Austin Yobi join. Do you think overall this team is slightly better and you kind of have that better shot at maybe taking the D1 from Lindenwood this year?
Right. I definitely say that we have a bit of a better shot and that it's definitely looking better from last year. Like you said, Vinny and McCabe are both two huge losses. But one thing that a few guys haven't mentioned that so far, especially about Austin Yobi back on defense, he's got a big role on the team where he's kind of like a mix of those two guys.
Yes, I can definitely see that.
Vinny was a massive forward presence as the defenseman, and Connor was just an absolute shutdown D guy.
Yeah.
And Austin Yobi has just been the perfect blend of the two of those guys, and especially paired with his brother on defense. Like, those two guys know where they're at all the time. They've been doing a really good job so far this year.
I've noticed that when we did the Grove City game, that Shane looks a lot more comfortable.
I think absolutely does. Yeah.
He played with Tier 2. He played with Tier 1. He got his championship in Tier 2. I mean, this year has to be the year he gets one with you guys now, right?
I hope so, for sure. Yeah. We're definitely gonna try to.
All right, let's call it some more teammates, shall we?
Yeah.
All right, let's crack the knuckles here.
Yeah.
Between the goalies, which one of you has the weirdest superstition?
Oh. I don't know if anybody has anything that's too out of the box, really. Yeah. I'm sure all of us have the same little thing of putting on our gear the same way. I mean, some of the guys are all over the place with what they're doing, especially pad-wise, I'll say. I mean, I have my matching pad and blocker, but my glove's a little outdated, I know that.
Still clean.
Yeah, I know Gunner's got the Axis pads with the E-Flex glove and blocker. Arky's got the... he's got brand new actually pads too, E-Flex pads with the blocker, but he's got a True Glove, which is kind of out there. And unfortunately for Liam, he's just waiting to get some new gear, I think, but because he has his gear currently from when he played Moon, he's got the black and red on. So I mean, everybody's gear looks nice, I think, but we're a little all over the place for sure.
Yeah. Is there I know this is kind of an out there question, but when Liam and some of the other guys fill up the water bottles, he actually says something like, "Oh, they're gonna be mad that this water is kind of warm." Does it actually kind of affect you what the temperature of the water is during the game?
I would say, luckily, I always bring my own water bottle, but I mean, I fill it up in the same spot, so I guess it's the same water. But I would actually say it kind of does, kind of weirdly. When the water is weirdly warm, it definitely doesn't feel as refreshing for you. Yeah. So I don't feel like I get like the most out of it. You know, I don't know if that sounds smart or not, but
it's a true thing. Andrew, does it work for you? Is it like an actual thing for you guys too?
I wouldn't say as serious, but it can definitely be there. Like, you'll notice it.
Right. Maybe there's a weird, like, going up to Flint, Michigan, we might have some weird tasting water, and it's like, what is going on here?
Just talking off air with you guys about the Flint trip. You guys didn't come out successful, but I think it was a big bonding experience, for one, with all the freshman stuff, too. And two, it shows you can play with the big boys.
Right.
Do you think moving forward, even with the losses, it kind of will help with your season moving forward?
Oh, absolutely will. even though on paper we didn't get what we wanted, which would be wins, both of the games we played really hard and we were right there with them. So one being a 1-goal loss in regulation, then 1-goal loss in overtime. So yeah, I think we're all happy with how we played, not so much what the result was, but I think moving forward, take that as well as the other stuff that we're doing, I think we're just going to be perfectly fine.
So going into Friday, when we had Week C on last time, he called out Max for scoring a goal. He ends up getting it.
Right.
It's your call now. Who's due to score a goal?
Who's due? Oh, man. I'll tell you, he just got one, so I think I want to say Luff. He's been having, he was sick for a little bit there. He had a little minor concussion. He just got back on the ice last night, and I definitely want to see him bury one here this weekend.
Does it have to be Friday or Saturday? Or you just
no, I'll just say in general.
No,
throughout the whole weekend. I want to see him get back on the score sheet for sure.
When will Brian Baker score a goal?
I don't know. I don't know. Last year he was rolling for us. This year, I don't know what happened to him, but teams must have realized what he does.
Yeah.
But I think he'll get his shot here soon. He's been right there, so I think he'll definitely get back on it at some point here.
I think between you, Week C, Bakes, all those guys, it's also really cool how tight-knit you guys are as well, that you guys can joke around with each other but still push each other to be better.
Right.
Like we saw with Week C, now he has 6 goals. Let's talk about that for a second.
Yeah.
6 goals.
Yeah, I think he's leading the team now. Yeah.
It's kind of remarkable. Him having a letter on his sweater now, Bakes with a letter on his sweater, Luff as well, Cam, McCrory as well. How do you think the leadership group kind of affects your overall play and kind of teaching the freshmen as well?
Well, we got, like you said, we got A's everywhere. Archie has one too on his jersey. So having Cam, all of us guys, being the older guys, I think everybody already looks up to us. But then those guys especially are always in the locker room taking their leadership role seriously. So I think everybody's able to really get behind what they want us to do. And it's going to be helping us out here down the road for sure.
Do you control the aux in the room, or who controls it?
I don't. So it's Max the speaker. He's been doing it mostly. Parker's been doing it a couple times in practice after Max gives him the good grace to do it. So he's had some good tunes going. I'm not sure if I'd want to be listening to like the country love music before practice every time, but don't get me wrong, I like the music, but maybe just not the right timing. But yeah.
Andrew, do you have a question for JB?
Oh, I'm just gonna bring up the same question. What's your thought on 7-puck?
7-puck? Are you talking like up on the line breakouts?
I'm talking. You got the 7 pucks on the blue line. They're coming in one at a time.
Yeah. So I actually kind of like that drill a lot. Especially on our team, we if the guy coming down, we make a big save on them. Usually it'd be me and Archie down on the side together. So we will try our best to kind of mess with him a lot. So like he'll make the save and I'll be out there and I'll just absolutely rifle the puck down the ice so they have to go get it. And just try to make sure that we get the win like that.
Yeah.
I don't think Gunnar and Liam have picked up on that so much on their side, and maybe that's why we keep getting our wins whenever we do get to play that drill. So
they're still young, they gotta learn.
Right. But no, I like doing shootout drills like that, especially. It gets the guys going into it a little more. Sometimes they like to be creative, but mostly they actually do want to win, so they're trying to do like legit moves on us, which is nice. For them to get to practice that kind of thing, and for us to kind of practice not just shootout, but kind of like a breakaway kind of situation that we'd see in any kind of game, really. Yeah. So yeah.
As also a goalie, but also a roller forward. This is a question going against Andrew here. On a breakaway,
right?
Would you score on Andrew?
I don't know. I've never really been on the ice with Andrew, so I don't know what he's got to offer here.
Andrew, explain your style a little bit to JB.
I got a good glove hand.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
He thinks I doesn't. I don't.
Good English, Andrew.
He thinks I don't, but I think my glove hand's the only good skill that I have.
Does that make you feel a little bit better?
Maybe. He doesn't seem too confident. We at the end of each roller practice, we have a little shootout drill. And the guy who ends up losing that and just doesn't score ends up having to wear some stupid thing at the next practice. So we've had like Tanner already wearing a shark costume, and we had Brickett was wearing his Mandalorian costume already once. So I'm not sure who's up next at that one, but no, I've luckily haven't lost yet. It's taken me some time though. Not the best at shootouts for sure. Usually I'll try to on Jared twice now. I've scored on him opening up my body one way and just kind of bringing it back forehand.
Yeah.
Other than that, I try to make some dumb moves. Definitely trying to do some like fancy stuff that you'd see the pros doing in like all-star games, but definitely don't have the hands for that, so I end up just losing the puck half the time, but I'm still having fun sometimes with it.
That's the point. I feel like after the first person gets eliminated or whatever, you can just be like, all right, I'm just going to try the most ridiculous move I can think of on the netminder.
Right, yeah.
What's the weirdest move someone's tried to pull on you that either has gone in or that you've saved and you're like, why did you try this?
Oh, right. So far this year, I think Parker's been kind of the most creative in a sense, where he'll try to like flip up the puck and bat it out of the air or such. But I mean, going against Roman over the summer and whatnot in that tryouts, he'll do like the most bizarre stuff I've ever seen, like flopping his stick down on the ice where it just shoots back up in his hands, and then I'm just like sitting there stunned and I can't even move. or Dammer, I don't even know what he does that it goes in like every single time on me. Because he basically he's like Sid. He just like comes down here, makes one little move and shoots it from up top on like the hash marks or maybe a little below, and it's just in every single time. So, I mean, those guys, they really know what they're doing. Apparently, I have no clue what I'm doing in the net against them. But, yeah, I've definitely seen a lot of weird stuff coming down the ice for sure.
And Chad, also, if you have any questions for me, JB, or even Andrew as well. Never gotten a question for Andrew for just him yet. So maybe pop one down there for him. Maybe. Maybe. Also, Andrew will be color commentating with me for the D2 game on Saturday, making his first commentary appearance. Congratulations, nice. Andrew. You excited?
I'm excited and nervous.
You'll be okay, I promise. You have me next to you, you'll be fine. I talk, and then when I shut up, you talk.
Yep. Yeah. That's how it'll work.
That's how we roll here, right?
Yep.
You might not get any chances with Cadeyn, though. He doesn't stop.
I don't shut up.
Doesn't stop.
He does not. No.
That's mean. Jesus. Oh, boy, Andrew. Do you have another question for JB, goaltending related, general question? Oh. You're the co-host. I gotta involve you a little bit more. JB's heard me talk way too much already.
Right, yeah. Too many interviews with you already in the short amount of time.
All right. Do you wear knee pads, do you?
I don't.
You don't?
No.
Okay, well that didn't help my question.
Why don't you wear knee pads?
I just think they're so uncomfortable. I think they get in the way of whenever I'm trying to make. I actually tried wearing them. I played for the Armstrong Arrows. I actually played on their 18U team as a 16U. And I got new pads that year. And in the same sense, I tried to go to knee pads, and I just thought they got in the way of whenever I'd try to move. So I've never gotten into knee pads because I feel like they just get in the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's think of another off the top of the head question. You're just kind of out of the blue. If you were to live with one of the freshmen on the team, who would you live with and why?
Oh, definitely Jackson. I think he is so funny a lot of the time he's out there, and I've seen him around campus a lot, and he's been, I'm part of the SMA group, and he decided to join that too, so we've gotten to connect that way as well. He's just such a great presence out there. He loves to have fun, and I think he's having such a great time on the team. So I think I'd get along with him just fine.
I also got to ask the Penguin game a couple nights ago.
Right.
You made an appearance there with Roma.
I did, yeah.
How did that get involved? And I saw you had that media pass on as well, so what did you kind of get to experience there?
Right. So that was actually so last minute. The original person that was supposed to be with Roma couldn't go, so I actually got asked to go, and I humbly was able to.
Yeah.
So we were up in the Lexus Club for a bit with them getting ready. And then we were up at the front just greeting guests and whatnot. Then we'd go upstairs, walk around with a lot of people, took a lot of pictures. So I hope that's gonna get posted up somewhere because I have a lot of pictures on my phone that I kind of want off because I don't want all of them. But it was actually a really fun time. Got the workers that helped us all out were really nice and letting us know where we're going and whatnot and guiding us around. They got to go on the ice, so we were down there in the tunnels and whatnot, getting to see a little backstage action, which is really cool. But yeah, overall, it was a really cool experience to go there.
If I'm not mistaken, Romo did not go on the ice, or did he?
He was on the ice.
I did not see him.
No, Romo was on the ice. I think he just kind of walked up to the center next to the bus. Did you see the bus?
I did see the bus.
He was kind of, I think he was right around there. We were with the bus all day.
Yeah.
As well as a couple pierogies. So,
that's fun.
Yeah, it was definitely a great time.
Did you get to meet any, like, higher up people? Like, did you see Brian Burke or Lemieux or any of the players or something like that?
Unfortunately, we didn't get to see any of them. That would have been really cool. I think I would have had to veer away and let Romo go on his own and try to talk to one of those guys if that happened. No, but mostly just the backstage workers that don't really get the appreciation they deserve.
Yes, shout out to them, because I know when I got to do my little media tour with the LA Kings, they were awesome. They let me see a lot of cool stuff I never gotten to see without them, so shout out to them. They do a phenomenal job. And
absolutely.
Also shout out to all the mascots. That was a fun night.
Oh, it was a great night.
I think there was
yeah, right. I think there was like 26 mascots there in total. Yeah, I don't know what the Pens are doing right now. They just can't put one together.
That overtime loss was just brutal.
Absolutely.
As soon as they scored that 5th goal with a minute left, I was like, this is done. We're not winning this game.
Oh, yeah. No, I knew it wasn't going to end well for them. They were just rolling over the Pens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll get back on track, right?
Oh, I think so. Oh, the Pens will be right up in the mix like they always are, so I'm not worried about anything right now.
Out of the blue question, Penguins continue losing. Do you fire Mike Sullivan?
Absolutely not. Not right now, no. He's been way too successful, and I mean, well, as he is the most successful coach in Penn's history.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been here for a handful of years, but I think just having this one bad start, which actually did go hot right from the beginning, but they've kind of fallen off. If they keep falling off, I think they got to stick with him for now, for sure.
Andrew, what are your thoughts on that?
I think you got to keep him for now.
For now?
Mm-hmm.
I think you got to, unless he doesn't make any changes.
What if it doesn't change in going into, like, January?
Oh, then I think he's gone.
You agree with that, JB?
I could see it happening for sure. You see that all the time in the pro sports where coaches will just get fired right out of the blue whenever they just have one losing season.
Yeah.
I wish the Steelers would do the same thing, but
yeah, we aren't even going to talk about stuff. It's nothing against Tomlin. It's against the other coaches.
Right. No, we'll stick to hockey here though.
Yeah, no. Exactly. This is a hockey show. We'll stick with the hockey show. Andrew, we have any questions in chat, or are they?
We got who snipes you the most?
Not Brian Baker.
No, not Baker. I don't know. Sometimes I have practices where I just get absolutely lit up. I will say that for sure.
Can I take a guess of who I think it is?
Go for it.
Is it Weeksy?
I'd say Weeks gets a good few in there. Betts has such a great shot that he can basically go on anybody, really. Every once in a while, you'll see somebody like Luff absolutely dial it up, or Cam, whenever Cam gets to connect on a one-timer, it's brutal to see coming right at my face.
Yeah.
So, but I think just about anybody, if they can really get it off good, is able to get that shot off.
Yeah.
I know Max a couple weeks ago, or maybe just last week, out of the blue is just absolutely sniping anybody who was in the net, which was nice to see out of him for sure.
And then he gets the goal to reward.
And then he got the goal, yeah.
As they gave it to Cosmo, we all know
right.
It was Max. Because on the broadcast, I'm like, that's Max's goal. And then
no,
I think he
messed up a couple times in that game, but that's all right. All right.
Come on, Austin. I'll send this clip to him later. He's good at his job most of the time.
Right.
There's that one moment, and when he calls McCrory the wrong last name. I know that gets on his nerves.
It's a little hard. It's a hard name for sure, but
he yelled at me. My first game doing it, I messed up his name, and someone from his family was in chat kept correcting me, and I'm like, I'm sorry. This is my first game with this team. Just give me a break. Now we got it under lock. It's McCrory. Call his name way too much, I think.
Right.
And he's always around the puck, it seems.
Yeah, that definitely is.
All right. Floor is yours. Who would you like to call next to come on the pod?
Oh, so I think I got a couple here. So I want to hear from the triplets, because I want to see the rookies come out here. So that'd be Sam, Wade, and Jackson.
Okay.
Those three always coming in together and whatnot. I'm pretty sure they're living together. I honestly don't even know, but I definitely want to hear their takes on everything.
Okay.
And then I'd also love to see Roman and Gio come on together.
Ooh.
Yeah, because I want to see their take, because they have the same spot as me playing on both teams, but playing on D1 teams definitely a bit different for them.
Yeah.
So I'd love to hear that too.
The only problem is we tried to get Roman on with Justin Adamski in the first episode.
Right.
He did not answer my messages because he is camera shy. But Gio has been asking me a lot, and I told him he needs to come on with Roman. So now it's vocally heard live on the show from you.
Gio and Roman.
Gio and Roman at
Absolutely.
some point. But next week, we'll do one more question you're relating to next week's guest, Parker Rutherford.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible start.
He is lights out right now. Yeah.
What is it like that between you, Arky, Mackie, even Gunner, between all of you guys? How cool is it to see all the goalies kind of succeeding and just kind of, not carrying the team, I'd say, but outperforming expectations?
Right. No, we definitely get a big boost off of that for sure. Our team has been, like, the goalies for us have been doing really good this year compared to the last few years. Even Gunner getting a couple starts here, and he's been playing really well too. So, and then seeing Parker being able to perform that well against Liberty of all teams was really amazing to see.
62 saves.
Yeah,
that
was
is incredible.
Yeah, that's absolutely incredible. Yeah.
I'm not mistaken, he's a 970 save percentage.
That's just wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andrew, do we have a question? I saw you laughing over there. What was said in chat?
Oh, we have, what hair product do you use?
I was going to ask that, actually. I completely forgot about that question.
I don't use anything. No. I just get out of the shower, brush it backwards, and then this is what I get.
Do you have the best style on the team? I
don't think so. No.
You said,
sometimes
off record, you said you did.
No, I like to think it's decent, because I like to wear my black suit with a few different shirts.
Mm-hmm.
I got my velvet blue blazer that I like to bring out a couple times, but no. I like to think that I know what I'm doing, but sometimes it might just come off looking weird.
Yeah. Who has the worst style?
I don't know. It's kind of hard to think of, because I don't see anything wrong with being like showing up in just like a nice little suit, black and white suit.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't think I can really call anybody out for having the worst style on the team. Really, I don't know. Maybe I like to call Cam Mark Stone because his hair flying out of his helmet. That's just what he thinks of. That's what I think of. But I wish he could bring the Mark Stone play out because that guy is amazing.
Yeah.
But on the defensive side, of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
A leadership aspect I can see for
Absolutely.
sure between those two.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a shirt or that you get to like play the game? I know for Roller it is the Hawaiian RMU shirt from Play the Game. You got the honors of it when I interviewed you.
Yeah,
game.
I'll get to hand that out this weekend. Yeah.
Does D3 have one?
We don't. I think we did in the past. Right now we don't have anything that goes around right now. So I think we got to get back on that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your idea for a shirt or something?
Oh. Not sure. I'm not too sure what I would honestly hand out. It'd have to be some sort of funny helmet. Like, that just absolutely, like, makes no sense. Just so that it looks funny whenever somebody wears it, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, so to confirm, Friday is your night.
Yeah.
Saturday is Arky or Gunner?
I'm honestly not quite sure.
All right.
Yeah.
That's always, I know you guys say before the game, you're like, I have no idea if I'm starting, but.
Yeah, no, I was a little bit surprised whenever it was right coming down to the end of practice last night, whenever Norm gave me the go-ahead. So I was expecting to see an email this morning, honestly.
Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's going to be your first one in front of the home fans, too, which is going to be great.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's on the Clearview Colonial Rink, too, which I'm happy about.
We'll be broadcasting it.
Absolutely. That's awesome.
So I know how much you love to hear my voice, so you're going to hear it for another 60 minutes in the film.
That's going to be amazing.
But also, stay tuned on our YouTube page, the RMU Rec Sports, to watch JB and his roller hockey squad defeat Penn State and Michigan State. In the Penn State game, he had 2 goals, got the player of the game, and I got to interview him again. So,
yeah.
Hence the beginning of the show why he said I'm happy to be back on here again.
Right.
But definitely look forward to that. And then Friday night, 8 o'clock, big game for you guys on home ice, and we get to watch you finally take the crease. So we're very excited to watch you play.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely going to come out there guns blazing. I'm going to be ready for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Saturday, 4:30, I believe, is the second game.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll have a back-to-back between you guys at 4:30 and then the women's game at 8 o'clock. So a busy weekend for us here.
Definitely.
Busy weekend for you as well. So.
Oh, way too busy weekend for me this weekend.
We have roller this weekend too, right?
Yeah, we're going to be over in Philly this weekend. Yeah.
So you're really busy then.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a tight situation. We have one game Saturday night. I'm not too sure what's happening with ice, if I'd be there or not.
Mm-hmm.
And then games Sunday morning at like 7, 9, and 1. So I'll definitely be there for those ones, but it'll be a late night for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be fun though.
Absolutely.
Of course, the more hockey, the better.
Yeah.
So 8 o'clock tomorrow night, and then Saturday 4:30 for you guys, and then D2 women's 8 o'clock Saturday night. But for us here, Jeremiah Brosovic, thank you so much. We have Alexia Martinez and Mackenzie Walkowiak, the other netminder from D2, had us prior on the show. Next week, Parker Rutherford, the D1 goalie, possibly the MVP of the entire RMU club sports at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
Sydney Spazzolo, who should be joining him, will be joining him mistakenly. I know Parker said no, but we're doing it. Parker, I'm sorry, I'm the boss here, not you. And then Owen McFarland and possibly Braden Wolf from the D4 team. Andrew working on confirming that for us. But a busy week next week, followed by a Thursday game of D1 playing IUP, which will be fun.
That'll be a fun
Thursday
game.
Night, yeah.
Yeah. My actually my buddy from my Arrows team, that was my partner Danny Soltez, is
Oh, really?
I got to play with him that year and we became close that year. So I kind of hope he gets to play that game just to see him, but in the same token, I hope RMU would beat him for his first loss of the year. So
that would be awesome.
Yeah.
I know it's going to be a really tightly match. If I don't have a color commentator, would you be interested in doing that?
Oh, if I'm there, you might be able to get me. We'll see. We'll have to see about it, though.
I have to get you on at some point, right?
Yeah, definitely.
But thank you so much, JB. It's great to have you on camera once again for the 19th time. Definitely stay tuned to YouTube and Twitch. From Cadeyn McCrory, producer Andrew Kiehl, Jeremiah Roswick here, Alexia Martinez, Mackenzie Walkowiak, and Alex Gannion outside as well. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we can't wait to see you guys next week for episode 7 of RMU Club Hockey Live. See you guys tomorrow night.